come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins.
The Madden series aims to be a true-to-life representation of the popular American sport of football, and Madden 19 is a refined step forward with advancements across the board. There are some issues hanging over from past games, and the franchise updates are not as big and exciting as you might expect, but Madden 19, with its capable Frostbite engine and its compelling long-shot story mode, remains the best, most complete Madden game to date. On the field, Madden's gameplay has never looked or handled better, and this is due in part to a new system EA calls Real Player Motion. One of the biggest pieces of this is the new one-cut feature for ball carriers that allows them to change direction quickly and with a burst of speed to get around a defender. You can also perform hesitation moves that can make a big difference in those crucial moments when you see an opening or a gap, and it's thrilling to successfully execute a run. Establishing the run game can be critical, and it's nice to see Madden 19 make running responsive, fun, and representative of what you see in real NFL games. To balance out the new tactics for ball carriers, Madden 19 adds a new strafe burst mechanic for defenders that helps you get into position to stop a big play. And in a further step towards emulating actual NFL games, Madden 19 lets you choose a custom celebration after a touchdown or a big defensive play with individual and team-based options. It gives Madden a more authentic feel.
Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
On the presentation side, Madden 19 uses the Frostbite engine again to great effect. Character models are now more lifelike, while small things like player sweat, the way bodies crunch and recoil after big hits, sunspots pouring onto the field at dusk, and weather elements like rain and snow get even closer to replicating real life. The graphics look better, but the physics can still be really weird at times. Arms bend in ways they shouldn't, character models fuse together, and seeing the crowd jump in unison can be really strange. On the brighter side, the menus have been updated and now are sleeker and less cluttered. Madden 19's commentating is a big bright spot thanks to excellent performances by the play-by-play and color duo of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Their banter succeeds thanks to their football acumen, as well as their ability to emulate real NFL broadcast booths and shoot the breeze on seemingly random topics. You'll hear at least one Seinfeld reference.
But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Madden 19's commentary will be updated on a regular basis with new dialogue lines that reflect what happens in the real NFL once the season kicks off later this month. However, it remains to be seen if the commentators will tackle controversial subjects like the kneeling policy or other current events. Madden's commentary is known for getting stale, so I hope the new lines are substantial and fun to listen to. Another big part of Madden is the franchise mode. Last year's game was frustratingly light on advancements and improvements. There are some new tweaks this year, though they might not resonate with everyone. One of the more notable new features is what's called the archetype progression system. This adds different styles to positions and lets you continue to build and expand your players over the course of one or multiple seasons. The XP you earn in games gives you skill points that you can then spend to upgrade one of the archetypes for your player instead of assigning them to specific attributes as you could in previous games. This can feel frustrating as it effectively limits the amount of fine control you have to shape your players. Another way to play Madden is through the card-based Madden Ultimate Team mode, and it's stocked with things to do this year. In addition to the standard challenges, of which there are more than 100, there are solo battles where you can go up against other fan-curated MUT squads in weekly tournaments, while there will also be a playlist for MUT squads made by EA Sports developers, NFL players, and celebrities. It's a thrill to take on a different squad each playthrough in solo battles, and I can see myself returning again and again to this mode to see how my team stacks up. Already a deep and robust mode, MUT adds the brand new MUT Squads challenges, where you and two others take on the CPU in a series of online football challenges. Provided your teammates know what they're doing, this is a mode that delivers yet another compelling reason to play MUT online and keep coming back. Madden Ultimate Team still pushes you towards microtransactions, and that may be a concern for some, but it remains as exciting and satisfying as ever to put together a fantasy team where Tom Brady can throw a touchdown pass to Jerry Rice.
It's been a year now since Wade made a name for himself on the hit show Long Shot, but now He's been signed by the Dallas Cowboys.
How about that? And a year ago, I would have said Wade's got a shot at a decent NFL career, but let's be honest, this last year has been really rough on him.
On the story side, Madden 19 brings back the long shot mode, which was a breath of fresh air last year. The new mode, called Long Shot Homecoming, picks up with Devin Wade having a tough time in the Dallas Cowboys training camp, with Colt Cruz struggling through life in Mathis and getting blindsided by a major life event. The voice acting and performances of all the major characters, Wade in particular, are solid. EA also recruited celebrities like Rob Schneider, Ron Cephas-Jones, Jimmy Tatro, and Joey King for the mode, and they turn in memorable performances. Homecoming's story is one of pain and struggle, loss and redemption, and how football really doesn't matter when compared to issues at home and in life. Homecoming, like the original long shot before it, has bold ambitions in terms of the story it tells and the feelings it wants to evoke, but it doesn't always work out. At times, it can be uneven and inconsistent in its tone, coming across as hokey and ham-handed. And in what is a surprising move, EA almost completely dropped the Telltale-style dialogue options from the first iteration. It's a real shame that EA moved away from this in favor of a more traditionally structured story. That being said, the narrative will pull you through, and at just about 4 hours in length, you may finish it in one sitting. Despite a significant difficulty spike at the end, I had a fun time playing through Devin and Colt's story, which reached a satisfying and heartwarming conclusion.
This is incredible. You know, I can't tell you what a great moment this is to be a part of.
Madden 19 is an excellent football game that improves on last year's entry in almost every way. There are problems, but there's never been a football game that more authentically represents the NFL than this, in terms of presentation, controls, and depth.
For 6, touchdown. Derek Carr taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.